They took everything, so I gave them nothing. I paid my sister's rent, cleared her debt, and even let her borrow my car. But when she crashed it, she called the cops on me, and my parents backed her up. So I gave them a gift they'd never forget: silence. My name's Michael Carter. I'm 32, and for years, I'd been cleaning up my younger sister Jessica's messes, whether it was unpaid rent, credit card debt, or forgotten bills. If Jessica broke it, I fixed it. Jessica is 26 going on 16. She's never had a steady job, never saved a dollar, and never accepted responsibility for anything, and somehow, that became my burden. Our parents, David and Linda, decided Jessica was too sensitive for the real world. Mom called her a free spirit, Dad just avoided dealing with her altogether. So, naturally, the job of rescuing her fell to me. Michael, you've always been responsible, Mom would say. She just needs help right now. But right now turned into years of financial bleeding. I paid off her rent, her credit cards, her car insurance, all with the hope that maybe, just maybe, this time, she'd turn things around. She never did. And this time, she crossed the line. It started with a text, no apology, no permission. Jessica, hey, took your car for the weekend trip. You weren't using it anyway, right? That car was mine, paid for with overtime shifts and stress. I called her immediately. What do you mean you took my car? I asked. Jessica sighed like I was the problem. Relax, Mike, we're just going to the cabin. I didn't give you permission. It's not a big deal. It was a big deal, but she hung up before I could say more. And I knew what my parents would say. Michael, don't be dramatic, she's your sister. So I let it go. That was a mistake. At 2 a.m., my phone rang. Jessica was crying. Mike, I got into an accident. My heart sank. Are you okay? I think so, but the car, it's totaled. She wanted me to show up, cover for her, take the blame again. This time, I said no. Silence. Then rage. Are you serious, Michael? I'm your sister. I know, I replied calmly. That's the problem. Then came the shrieking, the guilt, the manipulation. You don't even care that I'm hurt, it's just money to you. No, Jessica, it's years of being used, and I'm finally done. I told her to call Mom and Dad, they could deal with it. And they did. The next morning, the messages rolled in. Mom, your sister could have died. Dad, step up and help your family. Mom again, the hospital bills are huge. Jessica needs you. But I didn't feel guilt anymore, just exhaustion. I ignored them until Dad showed up at my apartment. Get dressed, he ordered. We're going to the hospital. I laughed. No, we're not. You're being selfish, she's your sister. I crossed my arms. No, she's your dependent, you just don't want to pay for her. We don't have the money, he snapped. Ah, there it was, the truth. But I do, right? I said, that's what this has always been about. His face turned red. This is your last chance, Michael, help or you're out of the family. I laughed in his face. I was never in the family, I was just your wallet. Then I shut the door. Silence, for 2 days. No calls, no texts, nothing. I should have felt free. But then came the knock at my door. 7 a.m., banging, not knocking. 2 cops. Michael Carter? One asked. Yes? We're here about a stolen vehicle. My blood ran cold. Stolen what? Your sister, Jessica Carter, says you stole her car, crashed it, and left her at the scene. I blinked, then I laughed. You mean my car? The one. The lies cut deep. I paid for the car, the one she took without asking, I told the officer. He didn't blink. Do you have proof of ownership? I stared at him, stunned he even had to ask. Yes, it's registered in my name. But that wasn't what shook me, it was the boldness, the audacity. Jessica had turned the whole story upside down and my parents had backed her. There's also a statement that you threatened her, the officer added, said you refused to help, abandoned her at the scene, and told her she'd regret it. My hands curled into fists. That's a complete lie. The officer looked at his partner. Then you won't mind coming with us to sort it out at the station. I could barely speak. Jessica hadn't just tried to guilt-trip me, she tried to ruin me. The interrogation. The room was cold, sterile, a metal chair, buzzing fluorescent lights. My heart was a drum inside my chest. A different officer sat across from me, opening a manila folder. Let's start from the beginning. What happened that night? I walked him through it. Jessica stealing my car, crashing it, the 2 a.m. call, her demand that I lie for her, my parents blindly siding with her. He took notes, calm, focused. Do you have proof? I nodded, pulled out my phone, and scrolled to her original text. Hey, took your car for the weekend trip. You weren't using it anyway, right? I slid the phone across the table. Read it. His brows furrowed as he scanned the screen. Well, he muttered. Then he stepped out. When he returned, he had a printed statement, Jessica's. It was a joke. She claimed I took the car while she slept, that I'd been drunk, that I crashed it, fled, and left her behind. At the bottom was the part that turned my stomach. Witnesses, David and Linda Carter. My parents had backed her lies, in writing. Turning the tables. I leaned back in my chair. Calm now, too calm. Officer, I said, I'd like to file a report. He looked up. Against your sister? Yes, for grand theft auto. His expression shifted slightly. You're sure? I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I made it official. And just like that, the narrative flipped. The fallout. By the time I got home, my phone was blowing up. Mom, Michael, what did you do? Dad, drop this. You're ruining Jessica's life. Mom again, she's your sister. Family forgives. And then came Jessica's message. Jessica, you're dead to me. I stared at it, then smiled. For the first time in my life, I finally felt free. But Jessica? She spiraled fast. Grand theft auto wasn't a slap on the wrist, and neither was filing a false police report. But the real blow? That came when she lost the only thing she cared about, her job. The collapse begins. The next morning, I got a call. From her employer. Mr. Carter, this is Dana Fields from Hamilton and Company. Your name came up in a police report. We're conducting an internal investigation. Jessica had listed me as a character witness. I almost laughed. She stole my car and tried to frame me. That's what your employee is dealing with. Silence. I see, Dana said. Thank you for your time. Click. It didn't take long after that. The breakdown. 10:37 a.m. Call 1. Ignored. 10:42 a.m. Call 2. Ignored. 10:45 a.m. Call 3. Voicemail. I played it. You ruined my life. They fired me. I hope you're happy. You selfish. Deleted. 11:02 a.m. Call 4. I answered. Jessica, I said. Her voice was trembling, but not from regret, from rage. You have to fix this. I laughed. Fix what? The lies you told? The arrest you tried to pin on me? I didn't mean for it to go this far. I lost my job. I can't pay my rent. How am I supposed to survive? I took a deep breath. Not my problem. Silence. Then her tone shifted, the sweet, fake voice I knew too well. Mike, please, I have nowhere else to go. Ah, there it was. She wanted money. Not forgiveness, not responsibility, money. I let the silence stretch, then said the one thing she feared most. Welcome to reality, Jess. And I hung up. The parents' last visit. That evening, I heard a car pull into my driveway. I didn't need to look, I already knew. I opened the door before they could knock. Mom and Dad stood there, stiff with anger. What do you want? I asked. Mom crossed her arms. You need to fix this. I stared. Fix what? Dad stepped forward. Your sister, she lost everything because of you. I smiled without warmth. No, she lost everything because she lied, stole, and tried to destroy me. You just helped her do it. Mom's lip trembled. She's your sister. I didn't flinch. No, she's a grown adult who thought she could ruin someone and walk away without consequences. Dad's voice dropped. She's broken, Michael. Then maybe you two should fix her, I replied, Since you spent your whole lives pretending she wasn't your problem, but I'm done. I closed the door, slowly, quietly. And I didn't look back. The final stand. I laughed out loud. Because of me? Or because she lied to the police? Mom's eyes narrowed. She was desperate. Michael, she didn't know what else to do. She could have taken responsibility, for once in her life. Oh, and you're so perfect? Mom snapped. You've never made mistakes? Not the kind that nearly got someone arrested. I shot back. Mom's lips tightened. She's your sister. If you don't let her stay here, she'll be homeless. And there it was. They wanted me to take her in. I looked them both in the eye. No. Mom gasped like I'd slapped her. Michael, you didn't listen when I said I was done. I said, voice firm, you called me selfish, you backed her lies, and now you want me to open my home to her? Dad's voice dropped to a warning tone. We're family, Michael, family forgives. I took a breath, a deep one. Not this time. Then I shut the door in their faces. I heard Mom gasp, heard Dad mutter under his breath, but I didn't care. I locked the door and walked away. Jessica's rock bottom. 3 days later, I got one last message. Jessica, I'm leaving town. You really ruined everything. You got what you wanted. Hope you can live with yourself. I stared at the screen. Did I feel guilty? No. Because for the first time, I had chosen myself. The final goodbye. Jessica disappeared. The family group chat went silent. No calls from my parents. No more guilt trips. No more help your sister. For the first time in years, I was truly alone. And yet, I felt empty. I'd won. Jessica was out of my life. The cycle was broken. So why did it feel like I was standing in the ashes? Maybe because a part of me still believed she'd change. Maybe I still wanted a sister, not a parasite. Maybe I hoped she'd come back different. And then came the knock. Soft, hesitant. I checked my phone, nothing. I opened the door and froze. Jessica. But not the Jessica I knew. Her hair was a mess, her clothes wrinkled, the usual smugness, gone. In its place, fear, real, raw desperation. Michael, she said, voice fragile, I have nowhere else to go. The last conversation. For a long moment, I just looked at her. I saw every overtime shift I took to pay her bills. Every lie she told. Every time Mom and Dad demanded I be the good brother. Now, here she was, begging. Michael, please. My voice was flat, cold. You tried to have me arrested, Jess. She winced. I know. You expect me to forget that? She looked down. I don't expect anything. I have nothing left. I studied her. No job, no home, no friends, just wreckage. She blinked away tears. I don't need money. I don't need a place to stay. She hesitated, voice cracking. I just need my brother back. And there it was. Not manipulation. Not a demand. Just broken honesty. And it scared me because for a split second, I saw my little sister again. The decision. I took a deep breath. All my life, I'd been her safety net. The one who cleaned up her messes. But I knew if I gave her a single inch, she'd fall right back into old patterns. Jessica needed to fall. Really fall. Because the only way she'd ever change was if no one was there to save her. She must have seen it in my face. Panic set in. Michael, don't do this, she whispered. I'll change. I'll prove it. Just give me a chance. I gave you 100, I said. Her face twisted. You're my brother. You're supposed to help me. There it was again, that same old script. My fists clenched. And what have you ever done for me? She blinked. What? You took my car, tried to get me arrested, lied to Mom and Dad. And now, you expect me to forgive you because, why? Because you're my sister? She trembled. Michael. I thought we were family. I stared at her. Then, quietly, a family doesn't do what you did to me. Her breath caught. I hope you figure things out, I said. I really do. But I can't be part of your life anymore. Her voice broke. Please. Goodbye, Jess. And I shut the door. Epilogue, a new beginning. 2 months later, I moved. New city, new job, new peace. No calls, no messages, no drama. And for the first time, I was living for me. Some nights, I thought about her, wondered if she was okay. But then I'd remember the years I spent sacrificing everything for someone who wouldn't lift a finger for me. And I'd remind myself, this was the only way she'd ever learn. I wasn't angry. I wasn't bitter. I was just free. And I never looked back. Final update, I cut off my toxic sister and family. Here's how it ended. Hey everyone, it's been a while. A lot of you asked for an update after I went no contact with my sister and parents. Here it is. Jessica's gone. My parents still aren't speaking to me. And I've never been better. Some people called me cold, others called me brave. To those who supported me, thank you. Your stories helped me realize I'm not alone. To those who think I should have forgiven her, let me ask. Why is the burden always on the one being hurt? Why are we expected to forgive people who never show remorse? Why should I keep giving when every chance I gave was thrown away? Jessica had every opportunity to grow. Instead, she tried to destroy me. And this time, I chose myself. Not out of revenge. Out of survival. Because peace isn't selfish, it's necessary.